The origin of the hula is difficult to pinpoint. While there is no clear definition, it can be said with certainty that the music and dance form traces back to the original Polynesian settlers of the islands we know today. Several theories attempt to address the progression of the hula and how it has matured into the form we hear today. There is truth to be found in each account, as it is customary when considering myths and legends. One common feature found among all the stories of the origin is that gods and goddesses always seem to play a role. When studying the hula, it is important that we consider how it began and what may have happened throughout the history to create the hula we know today. We will be considering the journey of the hula through time, as it went from being a form of worship to the gods pre-1778 to being a cultural symbol throughout Western media that isn't necessarily representative of the Hawaiian culture. There are two distinct types of the hula. The kahiko is representative of Hawaiian society prior to colonization, and as such is an example of traditional hula which makes use of chants, songs, and instruments distinctive to that time. Following Western contact in the 19th century, the modern version of the hula was established, which is known as a wana. The hula dance is not limited to certain sectors of society. Rather, it is an art form that brings the community together as a family. People are trained in the hula in schools called Hula, where emphasis is placed on certain virtues, such as kindness and an interest to learn not only the steps and movements of the hula, but the history and stories being told of their people in doing so. It is evident that there are differences in not only the instrumentation, but also in terms of purpose, between traditional and modern hula. Ancient hula prior to 1778, the year Captain John Cook arrived, focused strongly on their connection with the islands and worship of various gods and goddesses. Each movement and chant was precise and significant in telling a part of a story. These stories were important in order for them to preserve stories of their ancestors, keep track of their genealogy, perform rituals, and essentially preserve their culture. As such, there was a large focus on creationism, which demonstrates how much meaning they poured into the hula dance and how the stories told of the origin of their people and islands. When looking at modern hula, however, Western presence in Hawaii and the introduction of Christianity changed the context and meaning of hula dance, as it led first to a ban of the worship of gods and later, in 1830, an official ban on dancing the hula in public. It was only by 1883, under the rule of King Kalaku, that the hula dance was revived and the modern form of hula was practiced, making use of new instruments and lacking the traditional context of the ancient hula. Creationism plays a large role in the purpose of hula. When Cain and the other Hawaiian gods, Lono, Ku, and Kanaloa, created the earth, the man and the woman recited incantations, which we call oli or chants. They used their hands and moved their legs when reciting these oli, leading to the origin of hula. These chants are essential to the purpose of the hula, as the words being spoken coupled with the bodily movement tells the story of the Hawaiian people.
on a hilly ticket.
Here we can see a display of the instruments commonly used in the hula tradition. On the top row are a series of drums. First is the ipu, a single gourd drum, followed by the ipu heke, which is a double gourd drum. The pahu is a sharkskin covered drum and it is considered sacred to the Hawaiian people. Finally on the top row is the puniu, a small knee drum made of coconut shell with fish skin covering. Starting on the second row is ili ili, which are water-worn lava stones used as castanets. Next is uli uli, feathered gourd rattles. Pu ili are split bamboo sticks, and kala'a are rhythm sticks.
Ulia ka mauna vela I ke ahi. Ulia ka mauna vela I ke ahi. Vela no puka puka o I hanare. Ke ako haku pula umai uka. Ke kako io kala mai karua. Kamari kari kolore o e a. Kani mihi kani kua mauna e. Ke a I kai o kukaraura aluna o olo nene kua unana e mai umai kui te vale a kuia mauke.
Often called the second Hawaii, California is home to the largest number of Hawaiians living outside of the islands, and the hula has traveled with them across the Pacific Ocean. Upon entering Western culture, the tradition of hula has been seen in many modern forms, including films such as Lilo and Stitch and Moana. For many communities far from home, the hula dance remains a mental, physical, and spiritual way for the people, no matter where they live, to connect to the Hawaiian culture.